Good morning all. It's Tuesday morning. Yeah, managed to get my car into work without getting it stuck, so that's good. Positive start to the day. We're first thing this morning, we've got Will, Andrew, Will, Hammond and Flynn. Andrew, Will and Flynn are actually just leaving in the pickup behind me, heading down to the grain store again to carry on with what they were doing down there, just to get that tidied up, cleaned up, hopefully get some boards today and just sort out those walls that I mentioned yesterday. Get us in a good position, because I think we've got wheat potentially being harvested next week. From my amateur eye, it looks like it's very nearly ready to go. We'll probably have a look at it later on today and see whether it is fit to combine yet. But we've got a warm, sunny 10 days ahead of us, so it will quickly start to turn and get where it needs to be in terms of its moisture. At the moment in the yard, we've got, if I just turn the camera, Tony's tractor, Tony's 250, that we use for our fresh grass mowing at the moment. It's having an issue with its isobus. Essentially the tractors can't see it at all and can't run anything from it. So we're just having a bit of a play around there, swapping it out with another isobus plug from a different 250 just to see what the problem might be. So yeah, at the moment Dad, Ant and Harry are just looking at that with a bit of advice on the phone, but as yet no luck. So yeah, that's what's happening first thing this morning, and I'll keep you posted with the rest of the day. So it looks like Ant's about to head off tanking again. Either that or he's giving her a bit of a clean down, but I'm pretty sure he's heading off to tank some digestate after the grass was picked up yesterday. If we just walk down the bottom of the yard now, you see that Harry's brought the Simba cultivator back into the yard, because it's been kept elsewhere for the last month or so, as she has now been sold. I can't think how long we've had her, 10, 12 years had this machine. And yeah, obviously at the start of me doing these videos, we spoke about how we were looking for a replacement, and we bought the horse Tirano that covered all of our cultivation before maize this year. And yeah, we have now sold the SLD, so got a low loader coming at some point this morning or this afternoon. We'll load her up and send her off. Been a good soldier, this one, but on to bigger things with the horse, which is doing a really good job. And I think if you were to ask Dad what his favourite purchase was in terms of implements, the horse Focus and then the horse Tirano would be two of the machines at the top of that list. So we've got the low loader trailer is unhitched, ready for Harry to reverse the machine back onto it. Just ask the driver where it's heading. It's Cambridgeshire is where he said, somewhere around Wisbeach. The Sprinter, when that one went a couple of weeks ago, was delivered to a neighbour of Jeremy Clarkson, we were told by the driver. So bit of a fun fact for you. Got to do a little readjust. Have to head right back off and start again, I think. So we've just had to do a little bit of manoeuvring, didn't have to come all the way off, just to level her up a bit. Expect we'll have to do 1 or 2 more little shunts forward and backwards just to get her exactly where we want. You can see the machine's just slightly wider than the bed of the lorry, so you want it overhanging the same amount each side. See, we're about 4 inches out maybe of where we want to be. Just getting it loaded as the driver wants it loaded. It's got to go, like I say, up to Cambridgeshire, so want to make sure it's done absolutely perfect and that the driver's happy. So we've got her lined up central. Just a case of getting the machine strapped sensibly and safely. So the machine's all loaded up and on its way to Cambridgeshire. And I'm sure the farm it's going to will think very highly of it. We were just chatting to the driver because he used to work for Simba himself before this machine was actually made. And yeah, we were just saying how it is a shame that they're no longer around because they did make very good machinery. Andrew, Flynn and Will have been in the grain store again, cleaning up, pressure washing down. We just bought some more plywood to replace that boxed off section where there's electrics in behind. Bought some foam just to fill in some small holes that are around the store. They're just moving out the final piece of machinery. Yeah, we were heading down here to help out, but Will has just been called onto a whole crop job. Someone's broke down, so they've asked if we can go and cut the last 30 acres. So Will's going to head off and do that shortly. So update on the isobus on Tony's 250. We've Dad and Harry have been on and off with it all day, and they have now found that there's a plug here which is a little bit loose. When it's pulled towards you, everything's on, and if it's let go of, things tend to the isobus just disappears from the tractor's onboard screen. So we know what the problem is. It's just solving it and making sure the plug's in there tight and positioned properly now. We have just spoken to one of the mechanics, and he said he'll put some new pins in the plug and that will solve the problem. So yeah, hopefully what seemed like it might be a bigger issue was just a simple one, thankfully. Dad, it looks like Dad's giving the forager a quick wash off just before Will takes her out now on this emergency 30 acres. And Harry's hitched up the whole crop header to take the whole crop header out alongside Will. I'll shoot up there later in the day and just catch up and see whereabouts it is they're going. I'm not entirely sure what has happened in terms of any potential breakdown or why it's come about, but we will we'll see shortly. So here we are. I'm not actually sure the name of the farm that we've come to. I've just gone on to John Deere Operations Centre and followed the direction to Will's machine. But we've got some whole crop wheat here. Looks like a nice crop of wheat actually. So Will's headed straight up here as soon as we were back earlier when we got the call. Harry's brought the whole crop header up. There's a different breed of tractor for the channel. So here we are up in the sky, albeit sped up. You can see we're up close to the moors at the moment. From that view, I've just sped this up 5 times just to speed through the flying around. Get back to the forager and away we go. So as I've already said, it's whole crop wheat. And it's yeah, it looks like a good crop. I'm not entirely sure what the circumstances are as to why, as to what went wrong earlier in the day for these guys, but we were happy to help. Once we got back to the yard and Will could jump in the forager, it didn't take too long to get up here. So we have got ground just down the road. So we do know the area. So we'll just follow them down here. I did do a few more drone videos, and just as I just started putting this video together, I realised I've managed to accidentally delete quite a few of them. So I do apologise for that. But we'll get the main idea. This is the second field, and you'll see, we should see, possibly, Harry's tractor just there next to the hedge with the whole crop header trailer on. Obviously, as you saw last week, the header has to be taken on and off between every field, unless there's a nice, really wide joining gateway that we can fit through. That is something that does slow whole crop harvest down a little bit and can back the trailers up at times. But thankfully, these seem to be keeping up quite well. Not much of a wait in between trailers, which is ideal for the driver. I'll just give you a view from above now. So you can see here there wasn't a lot left in that field, and they've moved to the next one. Farmer's just come out with his telehandler. You can see he's lifted up the bucket there just so they can pour in the additive into the back of the forager, silage additive. So they're busy doing that. Another quick scan around of the view, and it'll be a while until they crack on. So you can see just behind me, they're still there in the field, just putting the additive in the back of the machine. I'll call it a day here for the video. They've just got that field and one other to do, I believe. So we'll leave them to it. You've seen what they're up to. You've seen both trailers. The rest of the guys are still down at the grain store, just carrying on with that. So that is today, all done. I know that as I left the yard earlier, Dab was heading off with the moisture meter just to check on the barley. I know that yesterday he had said that it seemed to have gone a bit backwards over the weekend with the rain we had, but a couple sunny days on it, and he just wants to keep an eye on it so that we're able to go as soon as it's fit. So yeah, he's gone to check the barley, check the rape at the same time. And yeah, our week should pick up from here, really. I know this was a surprise, this whole crop today. Bit of an emergency, but thankfully we weren't the busiest today, so we were able to jump in and help out, keep them going while they were in the middle of their harvest. So it's always a positive thing. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, if you're enjoying the videos, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, leave a comment if you got any questions that you want to answer them. Cheers.